Hello everyone and welcome back to our course on Word 2019. We're now down into section 5 where we're going to start talking about how you can sort lists in Word. And the functionality here is very similar to Excel if you've used the sorting options in Excel previously. And what I mean by that is that you have the ability to take a list and sort it and format it in the way that you like. So what I've done first is I've created a new blank document and I've just typed in a list of names, and these names are in no particular order. But what if I want to take my list of names and I want to sort them by last name? Well, the first thing you need to do here is you need to make sure it's properly set up and formatted before you do your sort. And what I mean by that is that you need to tell Word how these names are separated. So if I turn on my show hide markers, you can see here that I have a dot in between each, which means that I have a space in there. So essentially my words are separated by a space. So I need to tell Word that it's looking for a space character. It might be in some scenarios that you have a tab in there or maybe something else, and that's perfectly fine. You'll see when we go into the options, you do get a choice of how your words are separated. But for me, it's going to be a space character. So let me just turn off those non-printing characters. And it's also worth noting that this list could be a bulleted list as well, or it could be a numbers list. You can still sort it even if you have bullets or numbering applied. Now the first step here is we need to select our list. So I'm just going to drag my mouse to highlight. And then we're going to go up to the home ribbon and look in that paragraph group again. And you'll see here we have a sort button. It's that little A to Z with the downward facing arrow. And I'm going to click it. And this takes me to my sort text options. And you'll see that I have 3 things that I can sort by. So it really depends what you're doing with your sort. Now the first thing I need to do, as I said before, is I need to tell Word that my names, the first name and last name, are separated by a space character. So I'm going to jump straight into this options button at the bottom. And you can see here it says separate fields at, and then tabs is always highlighted by default. If you don't have tabs, which I don't, you can select other and just remove whatever's in that box by pressing the delete key and replace it with whatever is separating your fields or your names. So in my case, it's a space. So I'm just going to do a space like so and click on OK. I can then perform my sort. So up in this first box here, it says sort by. Currently it says paragraphs. We've got headings as well, but then I have word 1 or word 2. Now, in this case, I want to sort by the last name, which is going to be word 2. I then get to stipulate the type of text. So I could have text, or it might be a number that I'm sorting, or maybe even a date, but I'm going to keep this on text. And I can choose how I want to sort, either ascending or descending order, and I'm going to say ascending. Now, you might be wondering why we have 2 more boxes down here. This would be if you then wanted to do another sort after the first sort has been performed. So imagine in this example, I don't have it, but if I did have maybe 2 people with the same last name, I might want to say, okay, once you've sorted by last name, I then want you to sort by first name so that I get that in the true order. Now, in this case, I don't have any duplicate names, so I'm just happy to keep it as it is, and I'm going to click on OK. And there we go. It's sorted my list into alphabetical order, ascending. So quite nice and easy. Just remember to tell Word how your names are separated before you do the sort. Let me just show you another quick example of this. I'm just going to jump across to another document that I have open, which is Smith Flyer Edit. Now, at the bottom of this document, what I've done is I've just grabbed all of the headings and I've just put them in a list here, and maybe I want to sort these headings. So again, I'm going to highlight them. I'm going to go up to my sort button, and again straight away I'm going to tell Word how my words are separated, and again they're separated by a space. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to do space, click on OK, and this time when I click the drop down I can sort by word 1, word 2 or word 3. So I'm going to sort by word 1. It's text, so that's fine, and I want to do it in ascending order. and I'm going to select OK. And there you go, it's reordered my list for me. So quite simple to perform a sort on lists of names or lists of headings or anything along those lines. So there we go, fairly straightforward to perform a sort in a list. So that's it on sorting. Not quite as many options in Word as there are in something like Excel, but you do still have that basic functionality there. Next, we're going to move on to section 6, where we're going to be talking all about tables, which is very exciting. So I will see you over there.